Hey everybody, just me again, Wayne. Thanks for choosing this video from the millions you have to choose from. And this beautiful beast is the Ibanez 470AHM in Blue Moon Burst. Although it looks more like green wood burst to me, but you know, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Probably be the same in metric, I don't know. Before we get to the specs, let me correct a common misconception. I have read and heard in quite a few places that the 470 is exactly the same guitar as the RG370AHMZ. The only difference being that the 370 number is used outside the United States, while the 470 number is used within the US. That is incorrect. They're almost the same guitar, but not quite. They have a different vibrato bridge. The 370 has the Ibanez RG470AHM, which has a 10.8 millimeter string spacing. This has a, quote, double locking trem system, end quote, and it has a 10.5 millimeter string spacing. Now, does that difference make a difference? Is there a difference in performance between the two, vibratos? Don't know, but we shall find out. Also, apparently the 370 weighs in at 4.3 kilograms, which is very nearly 10 pounds. And this thing, depending upon your scale, is between 8.5 and 8.9 pounds. So, significantly lighter. Now, where that pound difference comes from, I have no idea. Okay, the specs. Clearly this is a metal guitar. We have our 2 humbuckers and a single coil, and these are Ibanez Quantum pickups. Clearly the vibrato system, a 5-way selector switch, 1 volume, 1 tone control. Let me see here. We have 24 frets. I don't think these are stainless steel, because if they were, Ibanez would be crowing about that in their advertisements and so forth. So they're probably some kind of a zinc alloy kind of thing. Nickel zinc. And these are demonstrably, very clearly jumbo frets. You can just see it looking at them from the side. And what do we have? 6 inline tuners. These are unbranded, and they're not locking, but they don't need to be, right? Because there's a locking nut here. What else to tell you? Oh, it has that nice neck heel that most guitars, most newish guitars have. Nice and smooth there, rather than those ugly, big, difficult Fender-style block neck heels that I loathe and always have. So that's cool. It really helps you get to the upper frets more easily than those big-ass things on other, Fenders and that kind of thing. What else to tell you about? It's got a maple neck and a maple fretboard, and it's just a darn fine-looking guitar. Okay, now, I'm sure I'm missing something in the specifics, but I don't know what it is. So let's get to the playing demo and see how it sounds and how it feels. right. It plays really, really well. Now, I had to lower the action quite a bit out of the box. When it came out of the box, the strings were 2 3/4 inches above the fretboard. Wait, no, not quite that high, but they were pretty damned high. So I had to, crank several turns on the screws here on the bridge to get it down to a good spot. But it plays really well right now. The action is really good, and the fretboard feels good, and the neck, of course, has a satin finish, so it's pretty fast. I don't know if this is a wizard fill in a number neck that Ibanez is so proud of, but it's pretty thin. It's certainly not a baseball bat kind of thing like you'd find on a Strat or a Les Paul or something like that. It plays well. I think it sounds pretty good. I think those Ibanez Quantum pickups really deliver. And as I tried to demonstrate when I compared the sound of the Ibanez Jiva Jr. with my Jackson Pro DK Pi R squared, I think the Ibanez Quantum pickups sound just as good as high-end Seymour Duncans. That's just me. Maybe you don't think that, but hey, that's fine. Now, what does this cost? This lists for $549 as far as I can tell, and that's the exact price that I've seen this for every place that I have looked. Is it worth $549? Yeah, it might very well be. If you're looking to step up from a first guitar, this would be a really nice step to make. Or maybe you have, an expensive axe that's your main thing. Maybe you gig and you want something as a backup. This would be a good choice. This would be a good choice. I wouldn't buy this to mod. $549 for a guitar just to get and automatically make changes to seems like a lot to me, but then, my economic realities might be different than yours. Oh, speaking of economics, there is another Ibanez guitar that's a lot like this one, but it lacks a single coil pickup. It is the RGA42HPTQM. And again, what all those letters and numbers stand for, I don't know. You'd have better luck trying to figure out the titles of Led Zeppelin songs than figuring out why guitars are named what they are. But anyway, that other one that I just said is $450 more expensive than this. And it looks like the same guitar, except you look at that and it's got a slightly different color, and it's got kind of a nice bevel around the edges. That's a sort of a natural, light wood color, and it looks really cool. And in front here, there is a bevel that goes down like that. And you might see that and go, hey, that'll enable better access to those higher frets. Oh, I think it has an Edge 02 trem system on it as well. The bevel does not allow higher access to your frets. I played one at a guitar center here a few weeks ago, and I was fairly disappointed, actually. It didn't sound any better than this. It didn't play any better than this. It didn't have any better access to the frets. So, if you're thinking about this guitar, but you see that other one, the RGA42HPTQM, I think I got that right, and you're thinking, gosh, are those $450 extra worth it? I'd go probably not. No, I don't know where those $450 went, but they sure didn't go into making a better guitar. Oh, and the vibrato system here. This is more sensitive, seems to me, than the Edge 02. It's more responsive. Now that's both good and bad. It's good in that you can dive bomb and you can raise that pitch up more quickly than with the Edge 02 system. But it also means that when you're trying to do subtle things with the bar, you have to be more tender with it. You have to be more careful. So, it's a trade-off. I don't really see how one system is better than the other. This stays in tune just as well as, for example, the Jiva Jr. that I reviewed and demoed for you here a week or two ago. In fact, it stays in tune better than that. That guitar, son of a bitch, I could not get the A and G and often the B strings to stay in tune no matter how many times I played it. And I played that fucker for hours and hours and hours. So I don't know what's going on with that, but it's going back. And this one is going back also, actually, because I don't know if you can see this. Even if I zoom in, I don't think you'll be able to see it. But the fretboard has got a ding in it here. It's kind of folded up. And I don't know, it's ugly, and it doesn't really get in the way of the playing because the fret is higher than the fold. But on a brand new guitar, you don't want that. Okay, that is what I have, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, share, leave a comment. That really helps my algorithm. And come back next week. We'll do something else guitar or metal related. I don't know what yet, but hopefully it'll be cool. All right, you guys are awesome. I'll talk to you soon.